What's up, everybody? Grid by Guru here, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys and explain the settings on a reverse grid. With Bitcoin dropping and doing what it's doing, failing to break above 50,000, and well, I guess it did technically break above 50,000, but not really holding above that 52,000. A lot of people are saying that it looks like we're still going to head for a pullback. And with that, people are saying, oh, I'm going to run a reverse grid. Great idea. However, I also want to make sure everybody here understands what exactly a reverse grid is before you start it. Okay. Starting out, I had a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts about a reverse grid. However, it wasn't what I wanted. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay. First, I want to say that I am trading currently exclusively on Pionex. If you guys are not part of Pionex, okay, this is one of the best crypto trading exchanges that has built-in bots that you can use. If you are a person, you are looking for a trading bot that is easy to use and it is free, check out Pionex. Click the link in the video, click the link below, sign up today, let me know, and I will get you personally, help you get started. I am on Telegram, Grid by Guru. I am on Discord, again, Grid by Guru. Find me on Facebook, find me on Twitter. Guess what? Grid by Guru, exactly. So find me on one of those, and I can help you get started today. The other thing is, if you haven't watched some of my other videos, check those out. This one is going to be in the playlist of where do I begin? Okay, so I'm going to put this one in the playlist of where do I begin, and I want you guys to end up watching those, getting familiar with it. I'm trying to make this as easy as I can. I'm trying to make it as simple as I can. That way everybody can benefit from using a trading bot. The other thing is, you have, with Pionex, you have some of the lowest fees, 0.05% trading fee. So this bot will trade without you being next to it. And then the trading fee is 0.05%. Some of the other exchanges are up to, I think 1.5% on some of their fees. And that's just astronomical to me. So without going in any further, let's go ahead and get started. What I want to do is I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what a trading bot does. So first thing to introduce to you guys is what exactly is a trading bot? So a trading bot is going to be a bot that couple different ways. It can run off of signals sometimes. So like RSI is oversold, overbought. These bots do not run like that. Many of these bots are based on a trading bot. And what you end up having is you kind of set your bot up however you want, and then you end up having a grid. And so with this grid, what ends up happening is you have the ability to trade. So you have the ability to buy and sell parts of your investment. So with these next two, or with this grid bot and a reverse grid bot, what you end up having is you invest, say, $100 throughout this grid. So you have a high spot, you have a low spot, and throughout the grid, it will trade for you. So it will end up trading some of the investment that you have made for you without you being around, without you being there, without you watching it, without you seeing it, all of that. Okay. All of that. So during this time, this is a really good really good way to end up being able to trade without having to sit at your computer, without having to look at a chart all day long. And while you don't have to look at a chart all day long, this is very, very beneficial to people who don't have that luxury just to sit there and look at a chart all day long. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a reverse grid and how to use it. So a reverse grid and a grid bot are exactly the same. Okay, I'm going to say this again. A reverse grid and a grid bot are exactly the same. Here, when we get into the details, is where they are different. Okay, and in order to show this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, because my opinion, I think Bitcoin will be going down to around the 41.5 to the 38 area on the daily. Okay, it may hit some other supports on the way down in between, but I think on the daily, I think it will end up going down, at least wicking down to that area. So this is how it ends up working. Last time what I ended up doing was I ran it was a martingale trailing grid, or a martingale trailing bot with some TRX. I am not going to start a reverse grid with Bitcoin. I really don't trade Bitcoin a whole lot. I watch it, but I don't really trade it. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Okay. So with the reverse grid, you are going to log into your account. You're going to go up to trade. You're going to find, and what I'm doing is I'm finding Bitcoin. And so I'm going to scroll down on my chart. Okay. It is also the same area. Where was it? I just saw it. It's the same area where you have a grid on the app. So on the app, you're going to end up, it'll say create bot, and let me tell you exactly what it is. You'll log in, you'll go to trade, create a bot, and then you will go down a little bit to where it says advanced grid bots, and you'll hit reverse grid. Now, when I do this, it's going to come up with a reverse BTC USDT to USDT BTC. Okay, remember that. So if I think that the low price is going to be 41.5, I'm going to put that here, 41,500. And my high price, it might be, we'll say 48,000. Okay. We'll say 150 grids. Nope, we're not going to do that. Again, I like to try to get 30% profit per grid. So we'll say 15 grids. What's 15 look like? 88 or 0.88%. I'll do some more. So we'll say 20, 30, say 35. So I'll say 35 grids. Okay. So down here, I'm 0.30% and 0.36% profit per grid. Now, my total investment, it says I need 0.0042 required. And you're going to notice that it's wanting it in BTC. Now, here is the thing. I can come down and I can click on expand. Okay. I can click on expand, and what I can end up doing is I can switch it to both. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's look at what exactly this means. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on BTC only. What I would need to do is I would need to have Bitcoin in my possession before running a reverse grid. Now, I know some of you guys are out there saying, no, you don't. No, you don't. Let me explain everything first. The idea for a reverse grid is to try to get a better / lower price for your coins. So what is going to end up happening is the reverse grid as is assumes that you already have Bitcoin, that you've already bought it. And say right now, I bought it for $47,676. So let me come here and let me make a little box. And it goes down to 41.5, right? So somewhere right there. I'm going to change the color of the box to blue. So what it assumes, the bot, okay, this is where some human interaction has to happen in order to make this bot successful. The bot will assume that you already have that Bitcoin in your hand. So what I can do is I'm like sitting here like I know it's got to go down to 41.5. You know, I look at my little crystal ball, I flip my cards over and I see it has to go down to 41.5. What I can do is I can go over to the market, I can buy Bitcoin and immediately turn it around and take it into a reverse grid. What it will do is it will buy lower and sell higher. Okay. So what ends up happening is you will have, say I market buy it. I'm going to buy it for whatever the market price is. And then what I'm going to end up doing is if I set this grid up, I will sell some of it at the market value all the way. I will sell enough of it to be able to buy, we'll say 30 grids down all the way to 41.5. So it works a whole lot better if you already have it in your possession and you're trying to get a better price. However, you can go over to market, you can buy it, but you're immediately going to sell some of it. Okay. So I'm hoping that helps out. I'm going to run past that again. Okay. If you don't already have Bitcoin, okay, which I don't have any Bitcoin, 0.0042 Bitcoin is required. I need to go and get some Bitcoin. So I need to go over, I need to buy it for a market price, and whatever the market price is what I pay for it. Now I can take that and I can start a reverse grid here, but it will only keep enough Bitcoin to sell to my highest price, which is 48,000. The rest of it, it will turn into USDT, so it has the ability to buy all the other grids down to 41.5. Okay? All right. I'm hoping that helps right now to understand kind of how it's set up. Now, here's the other side of it. It runs exactly the same as a grid bot. So I just said that it's going to sell enough to be able to buy all the way down to 41.5. It's exactly what a grid bot does. It it buys all the way down to the lowest grid, and it sells all the way to the highest grid. The reverse grid does the exact same thing. It buys all the way down to the lowest grid, and it sells all the way to the highest grid. Okay? Now, if we go to the advanced settings, this is going to be where you potentially could move some settings around in order to get the best setup for the bot. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and let's get to it. Okay? I've already talked about slippage control right here. If you want to look at it, it's your initial buy price might be higher and you may suffer a loss if you don't have, or if you haven't set the slippage control. The grid mode, you have, I've talked about it in my last video. There's arithmetic mode, there's geometric mode. You can do more research on both of those. But right now, my main focus is going to be on the actual setup and the advanced settings. So down here, this is going to be one of the big ones that a lot of people end up using, okay, the investment. If I go over here and I click both, I now have the ability to use both Bitcoin and USDT. So right now, my available balance is 0 BTC plus 307.84 USDT. The required balance is 0 Bitcoin plus. So right here, what I could do is I could say 0.0001. Okay. Now, I still need some Bitcoin because I don't have any. So the required balance right now would be 0.0004 Bitcoin. So that helps out. So say you have, um, say you have, you want to buy, but you don't have to buy as much now. So you can go over and you can buy just a little bit. Maybe you buy 0.006 to make sure you cover everything. And you can end up putting that in as your initial investment. Now, it may change your USDT a little bit, but that's something you can do. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and let's get to the real difference. The real difference is the stop loss and the take profit. Okay. For the reverse grid, the stop loss and the take profit will be in currently whatever coin it is. So a normal grid right now would be BTC USDT, but we're running a reverse grid. So technically that grid is running a USDT / BTC grid. Okay. Now, the reason why I say the stop loss and the trigger or the take profit are the big difference is because if I put a stop loss here, if I put a take profit here, it will stop the bot, but it's going to keep the coins at that price. So say, for example, I end up putting a stop loss at my lowest grid, 41.5. That means once it hits 41.5, it's going to take all the USDT I have, it's going to put it into BTC. So I will hold, I don't know, say I started off with 300 in USDT. I will hold $300 of Bitcoin at the price of 41.5 and whatever it averages out to. So when it hits that price, it will go all the way down. It'll buy all that. Now, the thinking and the theory behind this is you're averaging your costs down. So it's very similar to a DCA or a martingale. However, there isn't a way to sell it back into USDT unless you go in and actually want to do that. That's one of the biggest pros I see to what a reverse grid can offer. Okay, is the biggest pro to that is your stop loss and your take profit. They will take profit and they will do a stop loss in whatever coin you are trading. So again, I'm going to say this again. If I am trading and it's trading in this box, I can say I want to do a take profit at 48,000. Okay. So we'll say, because that's my high one, 48,000, and my low one is 41.5. I can do a stop loss at 41.5. I can do a take profit at 48,000. So if all of a sudden it hits 48,000 and just skyrockets, it's going to hold on to that 48,000 price, but it's going to take all the USDT that I had in that invested bot and it's going to flip it into Bitcoin. If I want to do a, you know what? I have that wrong. That actually the higher for reverse grid, I think the higher is the take profit, I believe, is the lower number and the stop loss is the higher number, I believe, for a reverse grid. So it will end up either way, whichever way it is. And like I said, it's been a while since I've run one. I did do another video on it. I feel like this video is a whole lot better. It helps bring everything in a little bit more. But what will end up happening is it changes everything you had in the USDT over to the coin. So the idea and the theory is, if it does wick down to this 41.5 and then come back up, it'll keep all your investment at around 41.5 or whatever it averages out to be. The other side is, if it comes down to 41.5 and it comes back up and you didn't set anything and then it hits that 48,000, it's going to close the bot. It will not sell your coins. It will keep all your coins as your investment, and it will have bought all the coins, and then it'll keep going. Okay. Again, this is a lot of times, this is for people who say they have bought some, and say, for example, say I bought some right here at 56, we'll say right here, 57,000. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a reverse grid all the way down to the next, what I feel like is the next support. So it would go. And at this, it drops way down. Maybe I get that, and then it'll stop the bot. So I'm already back in profit whenever it's coming up here. It also, though, trades just like a grid. So it buys low, it will buy low and sell high, buy low and sell high. The main difference is the stop loss and the take profit, and what they do and how they act. They throw all your investment back into the coin, and they do not hold and sell, or they do not sell your coin and take profit in the USDT. They will take profit, and in this case, it'll be BTC. Or if you had an ETH reverse grid, it'll be ETH, or whatever reverse grid you had. It will be that coin that you keep as your profit. Okay. All right. As always, everybody, I hope this video helps you out. I'm hoping that it helps enlighten some of you. If you have questions about looking at a reverse grid and a standard grid bot side by side, I did do another video a long time ago about the two of them side by side, and I showed kind of how they work side by side. So you could check that one out as well. A couple different things that I also want to mention is, if you guys are interested in live streaming, okay? My buddy DeFi Cafe TTV, he is on Twitter, okay? He's going to be dropping some links to Twitch for some live streaming updates, and hitting up some technical analysis and being specific about what he sees coming up. The man is a wizard with his TA, and I learned a lot from him. He goes through everything from support and resistance. He goes through fib lines. He does, he does, daily, 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. So go ahead, follow him, check his Twitch account. He's amazing with some of the stuff that he's able to work up. Okay, again, DeFi Cafe TTV on Twitter. The other thing is, I am starting to kind of put together some Facebook shorts. So if those are not your thing, don't worry about it. Just skip past them. I'm wanting to see what those are all about, though. I've heard a lot of people like using shorter videos rather than the longer ones. So it is what it is. So I'm hoping this video helped you out. If you're not already signed up with Pionex, click the link below. Please subscribe. Please hit that bell. And if you got anything from this video, please let me know. Hit that like button. Send me some good vibes through a comment. If you have questions, make sure you send a comment, because I'll try my best to help break it down even further for you. The reverse grid, it blew my mind a long time before I finally understood exactly what was going on with it. Okay. All right, y'all. As always, we are coming to the end of the year, okay? It is right now, we have a couple days left in the year 2021. If I don't end up talking with you guys before the new year, I wish every single one of you a happy 2022. And as always, I want you all to stay green and have a great day trading. All right. I'll see you guys next time.